visions that no one else is gonna see. You cannot let anybody take what you see. Keep going, like keep the vision in front of you and keep chasing what you know you can be.
Stick with it, find something you're passionate, and things will work out.
If you learn anything from me today, get as much education as you can.
When you hear it, it's called student scholar, student athlete. The first part of that is a student.
This is where the preparation begins. So write down what you want. A dull pencil is sharper than the sharpest mind.
6 years old, God put that dream in my heart. And guess what? It happened. If it happened to me, it can happen to you.
I'm an athlete with a purpose beyond athletics.
So Jalen Smith came here to Bedrock Youth Academy with MBK, MSK, and spoke with our students about adversity.
One key thing that I remember he said, always seek a mentor and always have a pusher instead of a puller.
Talking to the kids at MBK, it really meant a lot to me because, you know, the position that they were in is the same, you know, kind of outlook that I received growing up. You know, underprivileged and a lot of the times raised in the hood. A matter of understanding that it's God's will. You know, I'm going to end up in the right place.
Hearing him talk is showing me that it's possible to do the things that I've set aside for myself, and that he's accomplishing these things, you know, it's a motivator.
Really allowed me to be passionate to them and to be real with them and just to open up, you know, answer any questions that they had.
The key thing that stood out to me today was to surround yourself with people who have the same ambition as you.
His integrity and his character is real strong.
Nothing's wrong with being a sponge. Just soak everything in. It also helped me, you know, from a standpoint of staying true to myself and, you know, really expressing, you know, where we come from and how it is to grow up in this world.
I'm very grateful to have Jalen come here today and talk to me and my fellow members, because that's very appreciated. You know, a lot of guys in this situation don't take the time to come back home, so we're glad to have him back.
MBK.
Thanks, Jay.
MSK.
Thank you, Jalen.
With a clear-eyed view.
Well, good evening, everybody. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network, and it is always my pleasure to discuss community events that are occurring, especially when it involves the following organization. I absolutely love 321 Empowerment, Inc., and I'm here to tell you that anytime I've ever had any of the executive directors come in here, sit down and talk, or had the opportunity to speak with them, I leave just with feeling really good about the Brevard County community, with more knowledge. And I believe any of the young men that attend these events absolutely do the same. And coming up this Saturday, there you see it on your screen, is another fantastic event by 321 Empowerment. This is about financial literacy, and the special guest will be Jalen Smith, guest speaker. Jalen, the 34th overall pick back in the 2016 NFL draft by the Dallas Cowboys. In the NFL as recent as this season, spent a little bit of time with the Las Vegas Raiders this year, and he's going to be there. He is a serial entrepreneur, a fantastic voice for financial literacy. But our guest today is a gentleman that I've been trying to talk to for quite some time, and it's my pleasure to welcome here. Of course, he went to Holy Trinity High School, would go on to Notre Dame, and then at Florida Tech as well. Did a lot of great things at Florida Tech, and of course gives back to this community. He's just got a tremendous heart, tremendous just spirit, and I absolutely love talking to him. He is currently the Regional Director of Athletics at the University of Notre Dame. Please help me welcome Executive Director for 321 Empowerment, Mr. Ray Herring II. Ray, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Alan. How are you doing?
It's great to have you here. It was funny, I was joking with you beforehand about the weather where you were, and you told me it was 95 degrees and sunny. I don't believe you, but that's okay.
Well, to be honest with you, it looks like my shirt out there.
Yeah, I hear you. Ray, it's an honor to have you on, and of course we'll talk a little bit later about your time, of course, here in Brevard County and what you do here. But 321 Empowerment, just what it delivers and what it does. Why don't you tell the community what 321 Empowerment is?
I like to say 321 Empowerment, the goal is to partner with the Brevard schools and kind of be like a supplemental education. So we have great teachers in Brevard that do their thing in the classroom. Then also touching the athletes, we have great coaches in the community that do a great job. So we want to touch more on the life skills piece. Teach you how to handle your money, financial literacy, teach you how to handle situations, emotional intelligence, teach you how to professionalism, business etiquette, teach you how to truly network and meet people and help navigate your careers. We have another section called career planning, working on connecting you to, whatever your passion is and whatever you want to be. And then also mentorship is a big piece of it. Aligning you with somebody that's already done what you want to do so you can avoid some missteps along the way.
Ray, I think in this day and age when so often things fly by so fast in life, it's a lot of these life skills. I can remember being in high school and they taught us how to, a checkbook is a thing of the past, obviously, with digital things, but they did do things like that back in the day where they would teach you not a lot about money management, but, just how to manage a checkbook or what a checkbook was like. But you don't get these things in school anymore. And I get it. I understand. The times have changed. Things have changed. But these life values, these things that you must be able to navigate, they have not gone away. And 321 Empowerment really helps with those things as well, don't they?
Yeah. So that's what we're targeting. We going after athletes, but everybody just can come if they want. But if you just think about all the great athletes that came through Brevard County, during my time, Reggie Nelson, Xavier Carter, Nefi Moffitt, Mike Hamilton, myself. We were all these great athletes, but we didn't learn this.
Right. No. Yeah. And it takes, that's the truth. I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, yeah.
So literally, these kids are going to learn what their parents didn't learn.
It's funny you say that, because when you look at the board as well, you just go down the list. It's you, Mike Cador. It's Hurley Brown. That's the truth. It's funny you bring that up, but Alex Goins, that's the absolute truth. So this week, financial literacy, just a little bit about what we can, what these student athletes can expect to gain when they walk out of the Palm Bay campus of Eastern Florida State on Saturday at 4:30.
Okay, so you're going to have a guy like Jalen Smith that's achieved the highest level that a lot of these kids probably want to get to, right? He's going to tell you why this is important. So if he's living it and doing it now, right, and I'm a kid that wants to be like him, I might want to listen, right? So we got him speaking, then we put him in classroom sessions. We have 3 classroom sessions. We're going to learn investing, assets and liabilities. We're going to learn budgeting, which the topic of the budgeting is, I got money, now what? What do I do with it? And then we have a third room called Rich Athlete, Poor Athlete, the mindset of a rich athlete and a poor athlete. How do you, from a psychological standpoint, handle money and what do you do with it? Because a lot of people don't think about the psychology of money.
No.
So we're going to dive into that. So they're going to get 3 classroom sessions, and 3 is enough because we don't want to burn them out. The attention span is only for so long. And then we also teach a social training where we like this, meeting somebody for the first time. How do you introduce yourself? How do you look eye to eye, make contact? Because, everybody likes to use their cell phones, but if you're actually going to get something done, you got to learn how to talk and how to represent yourself. And first impressions are important. So we're going to dive into that, and then we'll get out of there. But we feel like we hit 3 core things. We would just want a foundational thing because we talking about financial literacy. There's so much, and a lot of people don't understand. I raised money at Notre Dame, so I'm with the top 1% of this entire country. Right. So I'm seeing how they're dealing with so many other things, and we could talk about insurance policies and trusts and stocks, but we don't want to weigh the kids down too much. We just want to give them the basics, and then we'll build upon that.
You know, Ray, and these student athletes, and I mean, something like this is so important because, you know, again, you know, with what you do at Notre Dame, how close you are to the fire of what college athletics is these days. Listen, we got kids going off to college, becoming millionaires overnight. So it's like they go from high school to college. Now, it's a small percentage of them, but there's still a percentage of student athletes that, you know, they may not become millionaires, but they're going to go into college making nice chunk of change. So this becomes even more important, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Because even now we have NIL in high school, right? So, you know, especially in Texas, you know they're doing it in Texas down there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
they don't do it in Miami, though, right?
So just being able to, you know, touch and get exposed to, man, okay, I'm getting introduced to this world of money. Now, what do I do with it, right? Because you hear about so many athletes, they've had hundreds of millions of dollars and they go broke. Like, how does that happen? So if I'm 13, 14, and I begin to learn these principles early, and then by the time, if I'm with 321 Empowerment for the next 3 to 4 years, when I leave the house, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you have seen all of the information flashing up on the screen there for the event. How to register for this. Again, you don't have much time. It's just a couple of days. Please, please, I encourage all student athletes out there to get to this program. And you know, Ray, I was going down the entire list. Of course, I mentioned you, Kador, Hurley Brown. And then I kept going a little bit further, and the list continues to get deep. Kenny Johnson, Anthony Mitchell. We had Anthony Mitchell in here a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, I should say.
We got the Florida Gators now. You got Robin Fisher and Sorensen on there.
Yeah, I see him. There he is right there. So, yeah, well represented here. How were you and some of the others able? What did it take to be able to get all of you together to come up with this?
Well, for me, when you look at the vision, this has been something that, you know, I'm a praying guy, so
right.
Sometimes I'm all right, Lord, what do you want me to do? You got me at Notre Dame. I'm successful, but what can I do for the community, right? So it started off with just meeting Hurley Brown one day at Holy Trinity, because that's my alma mater, and then we got Mike Kador, and we were like, you know, we got to find individuals that's been in the community, not like, oh, this is a new thing, it's exciting, we want to be a part of it, but people that's been doing this for like 20 years, 30 years, like this is their passion to help kids. Like, we got to go find those people from Titusville all the way to Palm Bay, and we're just going to get together and we're going to just start working together, and we're just going to start giving the kids what they need, because the biggest thing is if you don't have direction as a kid, which is supposed to come from the adults, then there's no way you're going to be successful. So we kind of want to just grab them all, get as many as we can one by one, and just help them navigate, you know, their futures and where they want to go. And then I'll say this too, like we're doing males, but in 2026 we're bringing in females. So
I think that's great.
I think that's something that everybody has to realize. Like, we're not just focused on the male population. We're definitely getting the young ladies, getting them together, and can't wait to get that going as well.
No, and there are a plethora of former Brevard County greats as well from the from women that have excelled. That is for sure. You know, there could be a big Mount Rushmore. That's what I look at when I look at 321 Empowerment. What I see is a Mount Rushmore of former Brevard County student athletes that just were unbelievable in their day. Not just on the field, though, Ray, because all of you went on to become very successful in college, very successful businessmen, and very successful in the community. And I think that's a key that often gets overlooked, is that, yeah, I mean, you guys were terrific at what you did on fields, courts, and tracks and things of that nature, but it's so much more than that. It is about making it and giving back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what's so great about it is you again, we've lived it. We're still currently doing it, and we're doing it at a high level. But what's so great about this is we can get the kids earlier, and they can do it quicker than we did it. They can
Right.
figure it out quicker than, so they can be even more successful than we are. You know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like you guys had to learn this on your own, and I'm not saying you guys didn't have mentors because I'm sure all of you did. Well, let me ask you that: who would you say was your mentor as you came through Holy Trinity and then into Notre Dame?
Well, it's quite interesting because I've had quite a few mentors, but I would say, what was really good for me is John Thomas, who's actually on my board.
Gotcha.
And I knew John, I mean, young, from Melbourne Bulldogs, City League football.
Wow.
And I actually, when he created the Holy Trinity program, I was at Hoover at the time, and I was looking for something different. I just always kind of been different and I didn't want to follow the crowds. I just kind of go a different route and try to blaze a different trail. Just kind of just how I was. And Holy Trinity was starting, and I bring up John because John is just very strategic. He's just a great people person, great relationship builder, great mind, great creative to build something from scratch. So I've always watched him. Every time he's involved with something, he builds something from scratch, and it just works, right? So, and then we've been able to work together from Holy Trinity to Florida Tech football, and then he's even on this board now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he's on the board because every time I work with him, it's successful.
Yeah. I mean, John, I met John. The first time I ever met John was at Florida Tech, and I think he had overheard one of my interviews. He's like, "Hey, how would you like to, to do some pre and post game shows?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, I would love to do that." I mean, John just has an eye for what works. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Here with Ray Herring and Ray as we come to this Saturday. It's the holiday time of the year, and of course everybody's busy, and I get all that. What's the just signing up? The information's there on the screen. They just go to the link, sign up, and they're in, right?
Yes. So you can go on the link, go straight to the main page of the website. We have a QR code that you can use your phone.
Yep, that's on the screen as well.
Yep.
Ray, all right, now I've got to ask. You got to give me one or two. I know you don't like doing this, but I got to ask you, man. So in this crazy world of college athletics, how hard has it been? And I know you are a man of faith. I know your knowledge. I mean, multiple degrees. It almost takes all of what, your education, your past to be able to navigate the world of college athletics these days. How have you and these schools been able to transition into what specifically college football has become?
So it's been real fast, learning on the fly, right? So many changes, especially with the NCAA and all that they're going through. But just like anything, and it kind of touches on the emotional intelligence piece that we teach to the kids.
Yep.
How do you handle adversity, right? How do you respond? And I think, working at Notre Dame has been great. We have an awesome leadership, and then just everybody we go after it. And we always say the best organizations thrive under pressure, right? So, we just kind of been navigating it and doing the best we can. Obviously, we have some of the greatest student athletes up here at Notre Dame. We're blessed to have both on the academic side and on the field. So when you know your true why, which are the kids, right? You don't want to let them down. You don't want to fail them. It makes you continue to get up every day and just give it your best. But we're doing a great job. At the end of the day, once Congress and everybody figures this thing out, it'll slow down and get in order, and it'll get back on track.
Yeah, I tell you, and again, it brings me back to an organization like 321 Empowerment because, as you said, the emotional intelligence, the financials of it, all come into play when you make a jump these days from, I think of a young man here locally now. Now he's not coming to Notre Dame. He's going to be signing to go to Oregon tomorrow. But a young man here locally by the name of Xavier Larice, who is just a tremendous student athlete, and the world, the Javen Boggs of last year, the world that gets thrown at these kids now. And I call them kids, but they really have to become grown men, quickly, don't they?
So that's exactly why this is created. Because if you can catch them early and educate them early, it doesn't hit them in the face as bad.
Right.
Besides it being the first time. So we're trying to expose, in 321 Empowerment, we're trying to expose them earlier. So when they get to college or wherever they go, military, college, trade, whatever, when life really hits and all these other opportunities start coming, it's like, oh, okay, this is what they were talking about. Now I'm okay. Now I understand. Oh, I just got this check of money that I never had before. Now I know what to do with it. I don't go spend it all, right? I can set up the future because I've been taught how to do that.
What's the biggest piece of advice, Ray, that you could offer somebody that's, saying, maybe, I'd like to, I don't know, I got this to do. What's the biggest piece of advice you could tell them on why they need to be there Saturday?
The reason why you need to be here Saturday, I would say, is because if you don't learn this now, you're going to have to learn it later. So the earlier, the better. Like, this isn't something that you can put off and you're never going to have to deal with it. Like, what we're teaching and the principles and the trainings we're giving, these are real life things that you're going to face. Sometimes in school, you learn things and you never have to deal with it. Again, the things we're talking about, you will have to deal with. So the best thing you can do for yourself is educate yourself on how to deal with it.
And you don't want to learn when it comes to financials. That's not something you want to learn the hard way if you can avoid it.
Exactly. Here's a perfect example. We'll talk about credit at some point. You do not want to screw your credit up because it's going to hurt you later on in life. So if I can learn that as a high schooler, the importance of that and how to establish that early, then I can put myself in better position for my family to possibly buy a car, buy a house. I won't screw it up, and then now I can't do anything in my later life.
I chuckle because I always tell my daughter, I always say, look, the thing you need to know is that when you're going to go buy a car, when you're going to go buy a house, they're going to ask you 1,000 qualifying questions. But the only underlying question to everything they're asking you is, how's your credit? How's your credit? How's your credit? How's your credit? They don't care nothing else about other than what that credit score is. Then they'll move forward. And I want kids to understand it. How's your credit?
They don't know about it, right?
No, they don't. But they find out the hard way. Oh, I remember back in our day, Ray, it was I should have paid who was that tape company, that cassette company that you'd order 6 cassettes from, and then you'd pay like $1, and then they'd get you for like a year. My mom would be like, "Don't you do that? That'll mess up your credit." I'd be like, "Yeah, Mom, you got it."
Oh yeah.
Ray, I tell you, on the screen again, one more time coming up. Please register for this. I cannot tell you student athletes out there enough about how to get there. Jalen Smith, the guest speaker. Listen, Ray, I certainly appreciate your time. I know how busy of a man you are. And thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes out of your day today to talk to us about 321 Empowerment, what it means. And final question for you. Is it going to be Notre Dame or Miami in the college football playoff?
All right, so I like to be open. I like to, open-minded here. So I will say this. I understand the argument of the Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
The one thing that the Hurricanes fans have to realize is that was our quarterback's first ever start versus a 6-year quarterback. All right, so the Notre Dame team that's playing now has the #1 freshman quarterback in the country, which means he's going to be a first-rounder.
Yep.
All right, and our defense is way better, right? So our defensive coordinator kind of went more with a bend but don't break, and he learned he needed to be more aggressive. All right,
gotcha.
So the team that played Miami on week 1 is not the team that you will play in the playoffs. So I'm going to say if it's based off the best teams right now, I'm leaning on Notre Dame.
No other sport. Like, listen, no other sport. It does in football, in the NFL, and in college especially. Who you were in September is nowhere close, good or bad, to who you are in December. And I can't think of another sport where it's like that. So I'm going to stay out of this argument, but I will tell you this. I definitely hear what you're saying. That it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, Ray. That's for sure.
I will say, now we do got Hurley Brown on the board. He has 3 national championships with Miami for the 80s and 90s. So.
Well, we know what he's going to say. He's going to say it should be. He's going to be the Kings all day. And Robin Fisher may even try to find a way to get the nose in. But Ray, thank you so much, my friend, and. You have a blessed day, and we'll see you Saturday.
All right, see you.
Take care. All right. Yes, sir. That's Ray Herring, Executive Director for 321 Empowerment, of course, Notre Dame, Holy Trinity. Unbelievable athlete, one of the greatest to ever come out of this county. And, of course, 321 Empowerment this Saturday. There's the information for financial literacy. Jalen Smith. It's going to be a terrific day. Eastern Florida State, the Palm Bay campus. For Ray Herring, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network.
And these visions that no one else is going to see. You cannot let anybody take what you see. Keep going. Like, keep the vision in front of you and keep chasing what you know you can be.
Stick with it, find something you're passionate, and things will work out.
If you learn anything from me today, get as much education as you can.
When you hear it, it's called student scholar, student athlete. The first part of that is a student.
This is where the preparation begins. So write down what you want. A dull pencil is sharper than the sharpest mind.
6 years old, God put that dream in my heart. And guess what? It happened. If it happened to me, it can happen to you.